Wealthy people never use one bank account. Ever. And that single difference is costing you over $4,000 every year. In the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact account separation strategy that millionaires use to build wealth on autopilot. Here's something that will fundamentally change how you think about money. I spent 3 years studying the banking habits of people with a net worth over $2 million. Not trust fund babies. Self-made millionaires. And I discovered something shocking. Every single one of them, 100%, used multiple dedicated bank accounts. Not 2. Not 3. Most had between 5 and 9 accounts, each with a specific purpose. And here's the part that kept me up at night. When I asked them why, they all said the same thing. But I'm going to save that answer for later in this video because first you need to understand what's happening to your money right now. Your single bank account isn't neutral. It's actively working against you in ways you've never considered. And the math proves it. Let's talk about what I call the visibility trap. When you have one account, every dollar sits in the same pool. Your rent money, your grocery money, your savings, your fun money. All of it swimming together. And your brain can't tell them apart. You see a balance of $3,000 and think you're doing fine. But wait. Rent is $1,400. Car payment is $450. Insurance is $200. Groceries run about $400. That $3,000 just became $550. Except your brain still saw $3,000 and approved that $200 dinner last night. This isn't a willpower problem. It's a visibility problem. If this is clicking for you, hit that like button because we're just getting started. A 2019 study from the Journal of Consumer Psychology found that people with separated accounts saved 42% more than those with combined accounts. Same income. Same expenses. Just different structure. But here's where it gets really interesting. And I need you to pay close attention to this part. Banks don't want you to know this. When you keep everything in one account, you're giving your bank free money. Think about it. The average American keeps about $8,000 in checking. Checking accounts pay essentially zero interest. 0.01% if you're lucky. Meanwhile, high-yield savings accounts right now in 2025 are paying 4 to 5%. On $8,000, that's the difference between 80 cents a year and $400 a year. You're literally handing your bank $400 annually for the privilege of letting them lend out your money. Multiply that over a decade with compound interest and you've lost over $5,000. That's not an exaggeration. That's basic math. And it gets worse because banks have designed their entire system to keep you trapped in this single account mindset. Now let me show you exactly what the wealthy are doing differently. Remember that answer all the millionaires gave me? They said when you can't see money, you can't spend it. That's the core principle. It's called intentional friction. The wealthy don't rely on willpower. They build systems that make the right financial decisions automatic. Here's account number 1. Your operating account. This is your daily spending hub. It should only hold exactly what you plan to spend that month. When you get paid, money hits this account for maybe 24 hours before it disperses. Account number 2 is your bills vault. Fixed expenses only. Rent, utilities, insurance, subscriptions. You calculate your monthly fixed costs, add a 10% buffer, and that's all this account holds. Automated payments pull from here. You never touch it. You barely look at it. It just works silently in the background, protecting your financial foundation. But here's what separates the people who get rich from the people who stay broke. And this is the part that changed everything for me. Personally. Account 3 is your wealth accelerator. This is a high-yield savings account where you're earning 4 to 5% right now. Every single paycheck, a fixed percentage goes here automatically. Not what's left over. A fixed amount that moves before you can touch it. Pay yourself first isn't just a saying. It's an engineering principle. Account 4 might surprise you. It's your opportunity fund. separate from your emergency fund. This is money specifically for investments, side businesses, or assets that appear unexpectedly. The wealthy always have capital ready to deploy. They're not scrambling to find money when a deal comes along. If you're realizing this is different from anything you've heard before, subscribe now, because in the next few minutes I'm going to break down the final 3 accounts that complete this system. Account 5 is your emergency fortress. This is not the same as your opportunity fund. This is 3 to 6 months of expenses sitting untouched in a separate high-yield account. It exists for one reason only: job loss, medical emergency, or true crisis. The psychological power of this account is massive. When you know you're protected, you make better decisions everywhere else. You negotiate harder at work. You take calculated risks. You don't panic sell investments during downturns. Account 6 is what I call the joy account. This sounds counterintuitive, but stay with me. Every paycheck, a small percentage goes into an account specifically for guilt-free spending. Dinners out, gadgets, experiences. Whatever brings you joy. Why does this matter? Because restriction breeds rebellion. Every budget that relies purely on discipline eventually breaks. But when you've already allocated money for enjoyment, spending it feels like success, not failure. Account 7 is the legacy builder. This is your long-term investment conduit. Money flows from here into brokerage accounts, retirement accounts, real estate funds, whatever your investment strategy involves. The key is separation. Investment money should never sit in the same account as spending money. The temptation to rate it disappears when it requires multiple intentional steps to access. Now here's the part that makes this entire system work. It's not about having 7 accounts. It's about automation. Every single transfer I just described happens automatically on payday. You set it up once and then your money manages itself. The average person spends 11 hours per month thinking about money, worrying about bills, checking balances obsessively. People using this system spend less than 1 hour. Because there's nothing to think about. The system handles it. This is what wealthy people mean when they say money works for them instead of them working for money. Let me give you the exact percentages to start with. These aren't arbitrary. They're based on what I found works for most people in the research. Operating account gets 50% of take-home pay. Bills Vault gets 30%. That covers most people's fixed expenses plus buffer. Emergency Fortress gets 5% until it reaches your 6-month target. Wealth Accelerator gets 5%. This is your high-yield savings building.